Overthinking, that little storm in your mind, that makes every small decision feel like a life or death mission. You know it, lying awake at night, replaying every conversation, every mistake, every what if, until your head feels like it's about to explode. But what if I told you that overthinking isn't a curse, it's a signal that your mind is craving clarity, control, and peace. Today, I want to tell you a story of a young person, just like you, who learned to stop overthinking and finally breathe. Stay with me, because by the end of this story, you'll see overthinking in a completely new light. This is the story of Aarav. Aarav was a bright, ambitious young man in his mid-20s living in a bustling city. On the outside, he seemed fine, smiling at friends, performing well at work, always on the move, but inside, it was chaos. Every decision, no matter how small, would send him spiraling. Should he text that person back? Should he take the promotion at work? Did he say the wrong thing yesterday? Every thought would multiply, twist, and turn, until he felt trapped in his own head. One evening, Aarav sat on his small balcony, staring at the city lights, and sighed. Why can't I just stop thinking? He whispered to himself. The traffic lights, the honking cars, the distant chatter, none of it reached him. He was trapped in a maze built by his own mind. That night, he dreamed of a forest. A dense, foggy forest where every path he took seemed to split into 10 more. He tried to run, but the paths kept multiplying. That's when he heard a calm voice. Voice in the dream, Aarav, why do you run from yourself? He woke up with a start. The dream haunted him all day. Something clicked. Overthinking wasn't about the world around him. It was about how he reacted to it. The next morning, Aarav decided to do something different. He grabbed a notebook and wrote, "Why do I overthink?" He wrote for hours, uncovering patterns he hadn't noticed. Fear of making mistakes, wanting approval from everyone, obsessing over outcomes he couldn't control, comparing himself to others. The notebook became a mirror. For the first time, he saw clearly why his mind was constantly spinning. Then he read something that would change everything. You cannot control the wind, but you can adjust the sails. He realized, overthinking came from trying to control what he could never control. Every unanswered message, every missed opportunity, every mistake, he treated them like disasters. So Aarav took the first real step, acceptance. He decided to let go of the illusion that he needed to control everything. That day, he went for a walk in the park. Whenever a thought came, he didn't chase it, he didn't push it away. He just noticed it, he watched it float by, like clouds in the sky. And slowly, the storm inside him began to calm. Days later, Aarav met Mira, a calm and insightful woman at a coffee shop. She noticed the worried lines on his face and struck up a conversation. Mira, you look like you're carrying the world on your shoulders. Aarav, I guess I am. I can't stop thinking. I overthink everything. Mira, I've been there. Overthinking is like having a mental hamster wheel. You run, but never get anywhere. Aarav, but how do you stop it? Mira smiled. You don't stop it, you redirect it. She shared her own technique, something Aarav had never heard of. Mindful journaling and mental compartmentalization. She explained. Write down every worry that comes to mind. Don't judge it, just write. Identify what is in your control and what isn't. Draw a line. Focus only on what you can control. Schedule worry time. Instead of letting worries haunt you all day, 20 minutes is enough. Aarav tried it. That night, he spent 20 minutes writing down every thought that plagued him. Then he drew a line. Things he could control on the left, things he couldn't on the right. And for the first time, he didn't feel guilty about leaving the right column alone. It was liberating, like putting down a backpack he had been carrying for years. Aarav began experimenting with small daily habits, mindful walks, observing sights, sounds, and smells. Instead of analyzing every social interaction. Breathing exercises. 4, 7, 8 breathing. Before sleep or stressful moments. Digital detox. Turning off notifications for 2 hours a day. To stop the constant mental ping pong. Micro decisions. Making small choices quickly to avoid the trap of overanalyzing. He noticed a pattern. The more he practiced, the less power overthinking had. One day, his friend invited him to an open mic event. His first instinct, panic. What if I embarrass myself? What if they laugh? But instead of spiraling, Aarav paused. He wrote down his fears. He acknowledged them. Then he asked himself, which of these fears can I act on? Only one. Prepare a short performance. He prepared, and he performed, and he didn't die. Not only that, he felt exhilarated. The fear of overthinking didn't vanish entirely, but it no longer controlled him. Aarav realized a profound truth. Overthinking is a sign of care, not weakness. It means you value outcomes, relationships, and yourself. But like any tool, it can be used well or poorly. He started sharing his methods with friends. Some didn't listen, some mocked him. That was okay. Aarav understood that overthinking often comes from seeking approval. Letting go of that need made his mind lighter. Months passed. Aarav's mind was still active, but instead of being a storm, it became a river, flowing, observing, responding when necessary, but never drowning him. So, what can we learn from Aarav's journey? Here are some practical takeaways. Awareness is the first step. Notice your thoughts without judgment. Write it down. Journaling can help separate worries from reality. Control what you can. Release what you can't. Draw a clear line. Schedule worry time. Don't let your thoughts run the whole day. Mindful habits. Walk, breathe, and disconnect from the digital noise. Act on small decisions. Confidence comes from action, not rumination. Let go of approval seeking. Other people's opinions aren't your responsibility. Overthinking is not your enemy, but if you let it rule you, it can steal your peace. Like Aarav, you can learn to live with your thoughts, not under them. So the next time your mind starts racing, remember Aarav's forest, the paths multiplying endlessly. Take a deep breath, notice the thought, and let it float by. Adjust your sails. Don't fight the wind. Your mind is powerful. Overthinking is natural, but with the right tools, you can master it. And finally live freely, fully, and peacefully. If you enjoyed this story and want more life-changing wisdom, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon. Share this video with someone who overthinks. They'll thank you later.